prime rib day. It's been a while. I do prime rib a lot. I love prime rib, one of my favorites. I'm doing something that I can't say I've ever done, especially when it comes to my precious prime ribs. I'm going to be using store-bought spices. I'm not doing a butter herb crust. I'm not doing fresh herb. I'm not doing anything. And I've had this guy dry aging, just a mild dry age. It's 20 days. So we are going to get this guy up. We're going to truss it up so everything is nice and tight, nice and even, cooks evenly. And then we are going to hit it. We're going to throw it on the beast and let it spin to done. You know, a lot of guys, you know, there's start at this temp and bring it to this temp and go to this temp, and you know, 300 degrees works fantastic on prime rib. It's slow enough to let everything just kind of slowly cook, and it is high enough. You build a nice crust, you get that outer texture that you like, you get even color throughout. You know, I mean, you don't need to do it. Prime rib is actually, it's one of the easiest things to cook. I know it gets intimidating, you know, a lot of people, especially just because of the price, you know, but I mean, just me playing with them, because I don't go and just buy a prime rib. I'll get a roast, I butcher it up. So prime rib, this isn't really anything but, you know, 3 steaks, you know what I mean? So it's better to buy it that way. Then you have a little more liberty when it comes to making your prime rib. You're not so concerned about it. So let's get going on this thing. So I'm going to, like I said, it's just been 20 days, nothing crazy. Just gonna give it gives it a nice texture, it gives it a little bit of a, you know, just enhances that beefy flavor, but it doesn't get to that funky, you know. I don't mind a good funk, especially when it comes to a good cut of beef, but you know, sometimes you just ain't got time for a funk, you know. So I'm just gonna take off some of this dark fat. Again, a lot of this stuff I don't use in my prime rib anyway, so there's plenty of intermuscular for all that. I like to have a crust on my prime rib. I like to know what I'm eating. There's always silver skin underneath it, you know, all that other good stuff. So think of it as a ribeye steak, just a real big one, you know, a chef cut. And that's how I trim them. And I've never had a complaint, and it's the way I like it. So that's what matters. So I'm just gonna take some of this hard stuff off, just get down into that beautiful red meat. Any of this stuff that I'm not gonna wanna chew on. It's not gonna let my rub stay. It's a big step for me, using a store-bought rub on my prime rib. I've always done these particular way. I have about 2 or 3 different ways that I do them. I mean, if you've seen any of the other videos, you'll see, you know, all the other different ways that I like to prepare them. This is just a more straightforward thing, and I'm so thoroughly impressed by Tacticalories rubs there that I'm gonna trust it. I'm gonna trust it to this. So there's gonna be a lot of people saying you're trimming all the flavor off. All the flavor's inside. I don't care. It's my prime rib. I'm gonna cook it how I want. You see that right there? See that? That doesn't render. That's silver skin. You know what that stuff does? That stops all of my rub and flavor and smoke from getting into the meat. So you do you, and I'll do me. And the world will still spin. It's completely unnecessary. I'm not cutting flavor off. There we go. This vein right here, definitely keeping that in. This is all good stuff. That'll render, you know what I mean? But I am gonna take it to where that silver skin is gone, because when I cut, I wanna be able to eat all of my prime rib all the way around it. And we're gonna truss it anyway, so it's still gonna be nice and even. Still gonna be nice and flat. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm using Carving House, the Carving House blend, even that off, and a little bit of the salt and pepper. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna give this a good press down. She's been laying, you know, dry aging, so she kind of took a shape of its own. That's how we're gonna roll, just like that, guys. Nice even piece, cut them nice and thick. Be some damn good prime rib right there. So I'm just gonna do a quick truss on this. Just kind of get it what you're looking for. Keep that meat nice and tight. Start about 1 inch and just give her your butcher knot, you know. Snug her up. Give her a twist. That should be good. Give her another twist just to keep it honest. And knot her off, man. Just like that. All right. Now I'm gonna go right for this other end right here. And then I will see if I need one in the center. It's kind of a smaller roast, so I may not. But we're gonna get it shaped first. It's actually looking pretty damn good. So, again, start about 1 inch down. Give her one flip over here. Give her some shape. It's not bad at all. Give her a twist. Try to lock her in a little. One more. And secure it. Oh man, I lost my knot. My twist wasn't good enough. There she goes. It's not bad. I think I may put the third one in just for good measure. I don't know, let's see. Yeah, I think we're all right, guys. I think we're looking all right.
Are you grabbing your meat?
All right. Yes, dear. All right, yeah, so I think that's gonna be good. We got a good even shape. I don't think I need one here in the center, but you know what? I'm gonna actually do one, so. Have to excuse my wife. She's a real comedian today. All right, there we go. Yeah, my other one didn't tighten real nice, I don't think. There we go. Oh shit, you got a little buck wild on that one. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Beautiful. All right. Let's get some seasoning on this. All right. You have no idea how long that was, but I could not find my parchment paper, so I'm glad I stopped the camera. But I wanted to note something. This stuff right here, we're gonna use in our zoo. So, because we're gonna do that on the pit as well. We're doing it on the beast, so she's gonna be spinning, but I still want to build some juice. So I have an idea how I can pull it off, where I can actually get some of the rendered stuff from this, as well as, you know, we're gonna start our own and just let it go the same amount of time. But the trimmings and the fat from that we trimmed off are gonna go in there too. So that way we get a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? So in another day of firsts, I am actually going to use a binder. Simply because you kind of have to on the dry aged beef. It will literally take nothing. You know what I mean? So you got to have something on it. So I'm going to use a high heat oil. I'm using grapeseed oil today. Just because my normal spot of avocado oil has been out, man. And I switched over to grapeseed just to use it. And I actually really like it. Again, it's got a nice high smoke point. It's great for you, much better for you than a lot of the oils. And this actually, unlike avocado, has there's a slight taste to it. It's not a complete tasteless oil, so it's actually pretty decent. And my wife and daughter love it too for their vinaigrettes and stuff like that they make. So I'm gonna just give her a little bit here. Enough to where I can don't have to grab my bottle again after I flip the roast over. So we're gonna rub it. Use our drop. Use the excess. Get her nice. Get her coat all the way around it, like so. Okay, now, man, here we go. Here is the salt and pepper. This stuff has a really nice, just a great flavor. Nice, nice little kick to it. And in my opinion, I think while it stands alone like a champ, man, stuff is fantastic. It's gonna be a nice little undertone flavor. You know what I mean? So big chunk of meat. Don't be too scared. So I'm gonna give this guy a little coat. Get the edges. Just like that. Get that all in there real nice, real nice. Paper towel. And now this stuff here is the carving house. I used a little bit of this on, man, what the hell did I put this on? You know what? I don't even remember. But it was reminiscent of that herby, and just the flavor of a prime rib. So that's why I figured, you know what? I'm gonna use this. It's got a nice coarse texture to it. So I'm not gonna be scared at a little, get some on there. I'm gonna rub this in. I'm not letting this rest in the fridge. It's nothing like that. I'm gonna let this hang out on the counter, let it come up to temp a little bit, just while I get beast going. And we're gonna toss it on. So, started at my bottom, the bottom of the roast that I'm gonna have it set on the smoker. So that way I don't have to play with it so much. All right. Now we're going down with our salt and pepper. Get our little base. I'm breaking all of my rules here, guys. I never layer rubs. I rarely use store-bought. And I don't use binders, but hey. If I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't be doing it. Not on my prime rib. All right, so I'm just gonna give this some extra love. So that way I get a nice little heavy coat on the top. That's gonna get a chance to kind of just sweat in while everything is getting heated up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna spin that around. I'm just gonna make it happen. All right, guys. That's what we got going on. That's why I like seasoning on parchment. Use it to pack all that excess rub off. Normally I don't care, but when you're buying it, it's a whole different story, you know what I mean? So, all right, guys. We got it roast, we got it trussed up, we got it trimmed up, we got it rubbed up. Let's go light the pit. All right, so we got the beast is going out there. I threw its first split on, letting that burn down before I start adding. Figured let's get our, get the base of our jus built, okay? So just got a decent depth pan, not such a wide bottom. You want volume, you know what I mean? So I got about a half an onion here. We put all of our trimmings from our roast in there. I got about 4 cloves of garlic here. Just rough, just broken apart, you know what I'm saying? And about 5 or 6 sprigs of thyme. We're gonna toss those in there. And then, wipe my hands. And grab my teaspoon. We are going to add some of, if I can find it, sorry. Shit is everywhere. Here we go. I'm gonna add a little bit of the dry as well. So, we're gonna do a teaspoon granulated onion. This just intensifies things, you know? Gets it in there. We're gonna do a teaspoon granulated garlic. Just a half teaspoon of cayenne. Just brings it up, you know? Kicks it up a notch. And if I can find it, oh, here it is. For some umami, we're gonna do a half teaspoon of celery seed. You can use salt, but I mean, I prefer the celery seed over anything, really. And a teaspoon of paprika, smoked paprika. And that's a wrap. So now let's grab our stock. I think I have some already opened. Let me burn that if I do. 1 second. Yep, I do. And it actually feels like about the right amount, so. Looking at about 2 cups, so. Stock, bone broth, whatever works. Beautiful. And that's it. That right there, we're just gonna toss it on the pit with our roast, let it do its thing. All right, guys, we are holding rock steady at 300. Got a nice clean fire going. Oak, oak, oak. Let's do this. So we're gonna take our roast. Right over here like so. And we are going to get our meter in it. I remember what I said about these. The closer you get towards the grate, the more accurate your ambient is. Even though I'm not so concerned with that. On this pit, this thing's pretty solid. So, got our meter in. Let's do this. Throw him right in the middle. Like so. Get her spinning. And I am going to toss our jus right underneath here. Because every time it's going to come around to this section, that's going to be underneath our meat. So we'll be able to catch some stuff. Plus we have our trimmings in there anyway, so it doesn't even matter. We're rocking and rolling. So, all right, that's it, guys. See that nice, got some nice flamage back there. So as it rotates around, she gets brown. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good roast. It's gonna be a good roast, guys. So, all right, that's it. I'm gonna let it spin. I usually take them to around, well, if it was just me eating it, I would take it to 125, let it rest, let it finish at 130. But we're gonna take it to 130 because, you know, wifey doesn't like that. She doesn't think a good vet should bring your beef back to life, where, you know, I kind of do. But anyway, I'll eat it like that anyway. It's still fantastic. Good medium rare on a prime rib, I think, is awesome as well. So, that's it. I'll be back. All right, guys. Our roast is real close, so we're gonna get our jus off and get that stuff situated. You know what I mean? And here's our roast here. Oh, she looks good. She looks good. Here's our jus. Wow, look how you can tell just how rich that flavor is already in there. It's awesome. It smells fantastic. All right, I'm gonna go in there and get this situated. It's meat time. Let's see where we're at. She's coming around. She's coming around the bend. Get you guys over here. Oh man, exciting. Oh, I see it. I see it. See it back there. Coming around. Ready for the picking. All right. Check this out, guys. Man, look at that. That is gorgeous. Check it out. All right, let's go in. You didn't think I was going to make prime rib without some sort of garlic butter, did you? So let's go in there. Let's get our resting butter on it. Get it wrapped. Let it sleep. All right, here we are. Look at that. Man, smells fantastic too. So here we got our garlic butter, a little thyme. We're just gonna give her a little love here. Brush it on. Man, it's gonna be good. Love when a plan comes together. All right, I'm gonna tent that guy. Ah, we'll go this way. Like that. Nothing too crazy, nothing too tight. That's it. All right, I'm gonna let him hang for about 15 minutes while I finish everything else up. All right, guys, let's do this. Check it out. Oh man, look at that. Glove up. Good stuff. Pull meter out. Shut him down. Get our trusses off. Floating around in here. Oh, not quite. Only cut half of it. There it goes. There we go. Let's just dive right into this thing. Look at that. Oh man. Here, let's do a little heel test. See how she went. Wow. That's awesome. All right, guys. That's it. Damn, that's good. I'm gonna dig in before it gets cold. That's all I got.